Hi, I'm Bob with Wolfe Ridge. I am back in my personal woodyard today with the Japa 315 tractor PTO powered firewood processor, and today we're going to try something different with this machine. I have right here a 6-way knife / wedge from Japa for the 315. Now this is only supposed to be really used on softwood, really straight grain stuff, and we've got some hardwood. We've got a popple log on here. I also put the log lift on this machine just to demonstrate that function of it as well. So we're gonna get this thing fired up. I'm gonna give you a tour of the backside of this to show you how that log lift gets hooked up. Put the 6-way in, we're gonna make some firewood. So this 315 TR that's here in my yard is actually sold, and I wanna thank Phil for letting me use it one more time before he takes delivery of this thing. So right now we've got it set up with the 4-way knife, and you can see we were doing some ash earlier. Got some bigger pieces that came off the side of the conveyor here. This is the standard configuration with the 2.3 meter or 7.5 foot powered outfeed. And now we added the hydraulic powered log lift to it. So right now the log lift is about halfway off the ground. You can see that log is kind of hovering there. We got 2 bunks laying down here so we can roll the logs easily onto the log lift. And this joystick will make the log lift go up and down. Once the log is up, then we just roll it onto the roller that's on the log lift and on the infeed belt of the processor. And I'll come around the backside here and show you how this thing hooks up. I've got this back panel off of the processor. From the factory, the Japa 315 has a jumper hose that goes from this fitting to this fitting. So what we do is we take that jumper hose off, and then we hook up those log lifter hoses. So the log lifter hoses go here. I left the panel off just so we could show you that. And this machine only requires a 540 RPM PTO shaft to hook up to it, nothing else. And we run this at about 400 RPM. You can see max 400 RPM. And then the log lift has 3 bolts that go into the side of the machine. It's got a gas charged lift spring on it right there. So when we want to put this thing away when we're done, one hand can pick it up, stand it straight up here. And then there is a latch on the machine as well, right here. I'm gonna put my gloves on here quick, and this has got mechanical height adjustment for the knife. So we're gonna put the knife, I got a piece of wood underneath the knife right now, but I want to put the knife all the way down. So I'm gonna clean out underneath of it. Had a lot of ice and snow out here, but I should have enough room. And now we're gonna lower this all the way down, as low as I can anyway right now. See if I can pull this pin out from under here. Then I can pull this 4-way straight out and drop the 6-way straight in. Then I'll put the pin through and the retaining clip. I've got so much snow and ice here that I can't even lower that lifting arm down all the way. But you can see here, this is how that works. There's a pin that goes through to hold that, and then there's a clip that goes through. There's a pinhole in this, and the engagement is actually further back there. So now we've got the 6-way installed. So right here, this is probably about, I don't know, 9 or 10 inch diameter maple. And you can see the 6-way's got pretty small wings on it. But I'm gonna pick this up a little higher so we can try to get even split sizes out of this thing. So I can push this down here, and that made the 6-way go up higher. I'm actually gonna wanna go probably even one more. You can see on the tractor, we're not going up to that 540 mark. We're going a little bit lower than that. We've got our PTO shaft, conveyors going, and I'll show you the log lift here again. So I'll set this one down on the ground. It's a fair amount of flow that goes to this, so you kind of want to feather it, but you can see if I push this down, that'll bring that log down, and if I pull it up, that'll pull the log up. So first things first, I'm going to run this log through, and one-hand control of this thing, guys. Just push back here, that runs the splitter and the infeed belt, and when I pull down, that'll run the saw, and that will also make the pusher go into the home position. All right, first one. gonna go up one more here with that knife. What do you think of those split sizes? This one's got a little bit of a knot on it, but here's a top piece from that. Those look pretty good. All right, guys, so take a look at this. Normally, I cut off a cookie, and I need to do that. So I'm gonna take this chunk and put it right back here. And if you look, I've got a measuring tape under here. What I'll do is bring this in, and I'll get to about the 16-inch mark. Now I'll cut the cookie. And my cookies I keep in a tote behind us, which now this last piece I'll just push in. It'll fall on top of the pusher, and that's fine. Give her a little bit of saw pull, and then one more push, and we're through. Now this next log, I think this is basswood, not basswood, looks like popple. Almost looks like birch, but it's not. So yes, this is an easy log to split, but it's got to get split. This one will probably get used for the maple syrup operation. So I just kind of flip that. I'll flip it down over here so it lands up on that roller. Then I'll kind of hold my right hand here, push here. You can see that'll transfer nicely into the machine. Now I'm on my last section of log here, so I'm going to get to that 16-inch, cut my cookie, and then after my cookie is cut, I will open the hood, get rid of said cookie. And the only reason I'm doing this is because I want everything to be 16 inches in length. So now when I run this next split cycle, the other log is going to land on top of the pusher. You'll see that happen here. Now I'll just pull back with the saw, and okay, it got pinched a little bit. No big deal. I'm actually going to flip it around because it's a bigger end, and I'm going to go up a little bit more with the knife. We'll get that split. All right, guys, so here's what we got out of that 6-way. This is pretty nice splits, actually. And unfortunately, underneath of this snow is some firewood, and I don't know if it's going to be all rotted or if it's going to be worth anything this spring, but we're going to find out. Anyway, this 6-way didn't really care much, so we're going to try and find a couple more logs. I've got some logs down here. This is stuff that I would just put through the 4-way. In fact, a lot of guys might even not split this stuff at all, but for me, for my customers, that stuff would get split 4 ways. And I'll show you what I got left on the pile over here too. Got a lot of good stuff for the for this 315 specifically. There's only a few in this pile that probably wouldn't go through that processor. Now I know you can't get this stuff everywhere, but in our market here, we got good suppliers for this stuff, so it's kind of perfect for this machine. All right, my buddy Zach's out here with me today, so he's gonna help me get one of these logs over to the log lift. We're just using some logging tongs to get these over there, and I don't have to switch hands with the camera. See that? So we'll go over and set this kind of on the log lifter. There we go. Zach's gonna bring that log lift up to the 315 now. Bring her up all the way and then roll it over. And now, see, he's pushing in. That's making the infeed go and the pusher go out at the same time. This one I think I'm gonna drop the knife just a little bit. See if I can get some footage over here. Small splits here. Good stuff. Look at that. he's doing the cookie part. Get that cut down and in there. You dropped your cookie. Oh, and my flap fell, so I can't show you guys the splits now. Here we go. Last one. Look at that. This is some nice splits right here. Look at this. Nice pieces of maple firewood. Honestly, guys, I'm impressed. 6-way splitting with the Japa 315. This machine is only rated at 5.6 tons. And you've probably seen the Japa 365s as well. Those are only rated at 7 tons, but tonnage isn't everything. That's one thing that you got to take into consideration when you're looking at machines like this. Now, I will say, you do want to have nice wood going into these. The saying garbage in, garbage out, it's really true. So if you don't have nice processor grade wood, a processor like this isn't right for your operation. But a lot of our customers have a Wolfe Ridge splitter for the big stuff, the tree service stuff, and they've got a Japa processor to complement that. I'm gonna put the 4-way back in here and let my daughter run the last few logs that are on those bunks right now. We'll probably move a few more other. We got snow is starting to melt. This week is gonna be getting into mud season. So hope you guys enjoyed watching this. The 6-way on there is pretty impressive, honestly, for such a small machine and small tonnage, like I said. If you'd like more information on any of these processors or any of the products that Wolfe Ridge sells, please check out our website, www.wolferidgemfg.com. There we've got all of our pricing, tech specs, photos, videos, dealer locator, event schedule, and much more. You can give us a call or send us an email, and I'll make sure to put those links in the description. I want to thank you guys for watching. As always, thank you for the support. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on what's next at Wolfe Ridge.